What's good, everybody? I have gotten a lot of questions about how I go about picking up my sleeves two at a time to knit them, and thought that it would be best if I put out a little tutorial on how I like to pick mine up, just to get them started. So here I have my Yesteryears sweater by Maxim Sear. I'll link the pattern below if anyone is interested. And normally what happens is when we separate for the body, we put our sleeves on waist yarn or these pony strings or barber cords. And so normally when our body is complete, we go back and we pick up to start our sleeves. For this sweater here, I have done a little bit of the body and I want to go in and pick up those sleeves so I can get those out of the way now. And then I'll go back to the body. So what I like to do is I like to figure out what's the front and what's the back of the sweater. So my back has some short row shaping, so I know that this is the front. And normally what we would do is we would start here and we would pick up all of those stitches that were hanging out, and then we start knitting in the round, doing our sweater. So all we're gonna do is look at our sweater, both sleeves, and we're going to pick up as normal for one. And then before we join in the round, we're going to come to this sleeve and pick up all of these stitches and then start our work. Let me show you. The only thing you will need is whatever garment you are working on that needs your sleeves to be done two at a time, and a cord that is long enough for you to do both. I think this is like a 45-inch cord. That seems to work for me. So since I have mine on this pony lacing, I'm just going to join the tip of one of them to the end of the cord like so. And let me resituate this. I'm going to pull this so that they go to the end, and I'm just going to pick up all of those stitches that were hanging out there. So sometimes I like to just give it a little tug so that that extra cord is just getting out of the way as we pick those up, slide those over. And if you have waist yarn, obviously it may take a little bit longer because you have to actually go in and like slip all of the stitches onto that needle. But the nice thing about having sort of these barber cord or pony lacing is that you can just pop your needle onto the end of it and then slide those stitches all the way on. So now, of course, the last two want to be a little futzy. Now that I have that first one done, I'm going to pop that off, move that out of the way. And so typically, like I said, you would start knitting in the round. But we're going to come over to this sleeve now, and we're just going to attach same way. Or if you have your waist yarn, you're just going to start picking up as if you were going to do that second sleeve. I'm going to give this one a little tug, and I'm going to start picking up all of those stitches on my second sleeve. And this is really great, I find, because, you know, some of us think that we get stuck on Sleeve Island, or, you know, you're just like, oh, I can't believe I have to knit another sleeve. But if you can manage, and you don't mind doing a little magic loop action, then I find that this is a really great way to just get both of those sleeves out of the way at the same time. And at least for me, it helps me know that I'm knitting my sleeves to the same length. And then I don't have any guessing. And yes, I'm tracking how many rows I'm doing and all that. But sometimes, maybe a television show is a little bit good and we aren't paying that close of attention. This just ensures that all of those rows will be exactly the same. And of course, there we go. I will pop that one off. And so now we'll give this a little tug. And this looks a little bit of a mess, but when we look at it, we have sleeve number 1 over here and sleeve number 2. And now all you have to do is join whatever color of yarn it is. You'll need 2 balls. We'll join 1 ball to this one, and we'll join our second ball to that one, and we will knit around until our sleeves are the length we want them. I hope this helps, and it makes it a little bit easier for you all to pick those sleeves up 2 at a time if that's what you are looking to do. If not, that's okay. This is just my way of doing it. So yeah, take what you can, leave what you can't, and happy knitting.